Okay, 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, sir. We are from Group 18, and today we want to give a presentation about the topic of Starbucks companies. So my name is Lo Jun Fan, and I'm going to present about the introduction of Starbucks company. Okay, next slide. Okay, so for the introduction of Starbucks companies, these companies is formed in year 1971, which is in United States. So after they form up, they only is a normal coffee house shop, and in 1982, a man who named Howard Scott is entered into Starbucks companies. He brings the culture of Italy coffee shop into Starbucks companies and make it more famous and expand the market into international market. Okay, so next. Okay, so for the international market result, Starbucks opened his first international store in Canada, and second is in year 1996 it expanded into Japan market, and 1998 into Europe market, and 1999 into the China market. So until nowadays it exists in 80 countries, okay, and contain the 32,660 store in worldwide. Okay, next. Okay, so here is some statistic of the Starbucks companies. So nowadays it becomes the largest coffee house company around the world. So the statistics that it revenue more over 10 times to its closest competitors. The closest competitors is the Dunkin' Donut and so on. So you can see the statistic around there is much more revenue earned more than its competitors. Okay, so its market share price nowadays is $105 per shares. Okay, next. Okay, so for the mainly product of Starbucks company is coffee, tea, and food and beverage. So it will sell its coffee beans to let customers make coffee at home. So at the picture show, you can see that it's have the package of coffee beans, so customer can purchase it and make it at home. Okay, so it will promote unique products in certain market to fulfill the culture and behavior in the market. So for the example, it got a unique product in China market to fulfill the flavor in China. Okay, next. Okay, so for the Starbucks Malaysia, so first store in Malaysia is in KL Plaza in year 1998. So nowadays it's over 320 stores in Malaysia. Okay, and one of the place that freelancer and students would like to take place and finish their task in the shop. So it is convenience to them because they provide the electricity and the Wi-Fi. And the market trend nowadays in Malaysia is the younger generation more prefer to drink bubble tea instead of coffee, and new coffee house enter to market. For example, Juice Coffee is one of the competitors who just entered the market. Okay, next. Okay, so now I pass to my teammate. Thank you.
Hello, sir. I'm Zichen. So I'm gonna talk about the SWOT analysis of Starbucks. So as we know, Starbucks is one of the largest food service corporation in world. It has come to be associated with high-end coffee drink, and it has grown rapidly in recent decades and continue to define its market position through quality, relevance, variety. So next. So the first, I want to talk about the strength. So the brand awareness and public perception of Starbucks are high. Customers are strongly devoted to the business and continue to contribute to its longevity with nearly 1,000 locations around the country and huge quick as more drive-through. In many sense, this distinguishes coffee as a premium rather than a commodity product. So second is a strong financial performance. Over the time, the company has a strong financial performance of this customer attention has resulted in consistently high sales year after year, resulting in the boom in the number of the city of Starbucks location is its major market. So the third is global supply chains. Global supply chains, Starbucks has perfected the art of supply chain management as a high volume of common necessities and equal volume of items. It sources beans from all around the world to meet the demand of its customer. Next. So the second I want to talk about the weaknesses. The first one is unstable supply cost. The price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks is directly proportional to the cost of the bean. Second is high product price. Even a basic cup of coffee is far more expensive than at competing establishments, and there are dozens of drink and customization possibilities. The third one is the product is simple to imitate. Despite its tight relationship with coffee, is regarded a basic dish in many countries. Coffee is nearly ubiquitous, and it conditioned to customer purchasing it directly from supermarket. Next. Third I want to talk about is the opportunity. So the first one is expand into developing market. So Starbucks has a large presence in US and is quickly expanding in China year after year. It may utilize these terms as a model for expanding into other markets. So second is the product diversification. Starbucks is known as for specific goods, but the company could do a better job of showcasing them in new way. You may think about various possibilities, customize the best coffee product even more, and even think about whole distinct goods like tea, soda, and flower water. The third one is coffee delivery service like GrabFood and Foodpanda. For example, it has gained in popularity in recent years, particularly following the COVID-19 outbreak. Starbucks might take advantage of this expanding consumer trend by partnering with such business to bring goods to customer home. So next. The last one is threatened. So the first one I want to talk is the issue with supply chains. A pure copy crop, a big video, or even a strike by worker at the third-party supplier might all result in major problem if the supply chain is disrupted. Because of this issue, the company is exposed to even minor changes in its whole production chains, from bean cultivation through brewing in restaurant. Starbucks should figure out how to avoid the shortage. Second is the coffee shop chain with a lower price. Coffee is available on the menu of other breakfast restaurants, and a typical cup of coffee costs far less than a Starbucks cup. This network offers a substantial danger to a corporation that lives on high price. The third one is the COVID-19 effect. The COVID-19 pandemic has a significant impact on the public consumption and purchasing habit, and some of the consequences will be felt for years to come. Restaurants have been forced to operate with extremely low attendance or close entirely, resulting in a significant loss in revenue. The last one is global economy downturn. Recession in other nations and around the world will have a long-term impact of corporations like Starbucks, which may be harmed by their own premium brand image. If customers opt to forego some comfort, a pricey cup of coffee may be one of the first to go. So this is my part. I will pass to my team member.
Okay, so now I talk about the first challenge with Starbucks enter to the China market. Okay, mostly of the Starbucks, the challenge, the local people is consuming tea in the China. So because China has produced and consumed tea for a long time ago. So the challenge for Starbucks is how they convince their local people to consume their coffee beverage. The world's tea consumption is already almost 40% just in China only. For this type of situation, Starbucks has tried to invent new beverage which is made by tea. For example, they got like green tea latte or Tie Guan Yin and many of other tea beverage which is suitable for China local people. Next, most of the Chinese coffee consumer only drinking with Nestle or other instant coffees. Okay, so that the Starbucks enter the China market to the Chinese local people might not accept the fresh brew coffee, so that the Starbucks must investigate the market of China because before they set up their business on China. Okay, the challenge for the next area is the cultural and language barrier of China. Starbucks should overcome the cultural and language barrier of China when they enter the China market, because the Starbucks is coming from the Western country, and the language for Starbucks mostly is using their English to communicate. But in China, they are using Chinese as their mother language. So Starbucks should learn how to communicate in Chinese when they are entering in the market of China. The examples of the barrier in China are diversity of taste, preference, present. For example, in Beijing and Shanghai, the consumer prefer sweet taste compared in Guangzhou. So that the different location of consumer got different type of taste. Starbucks had to step in the market by themselves, so that they should work with the China people which to understand the cultural and barrier of different location of consumers. Okay, next. Okay, so the last challenge for the Starbucks to enter the China market is which the social media on sales in marketing in China is different compared with other country. In China, there is not allowed to use like Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter because the information in China might be leaked out in the other country, so they are not allowed to use the social media. So that the Starbucks in China need to use the apps which local people use, like WeChat, Weibo, Red, and others, which to let the consumer in China to communicate with the Starbucks via an app could improve their success rate. Okay, so this is my part, so I pass to my next member.
Okay, good afternoon, lecturer. My name is Hao Xian, and I will present about the way of Starbucks enter China market. First is Starbucks make a good strategy to enter the China market is do a good job of market segmentation. The first of one location, selections, layout, and then site location. China has 3 different type of cities. First to third type city. First type cities such as Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen. This type of cities will be preferably settled because these are the major commercial areas in China and the most crowded cities, and only when certain influence and popularity are formed, will try expand to second to third type city. After that, find the target customer based on income level. Target group of Starbucks is the middle and high income group with higher education. Next. The next method is also challenge of Starbucks because the main product of Starbucks sales is coffee, but most China consumers are like green tea, such as Tie Guan Yin. So Starbucks must understand the tea ceremony of China's consumer, and then add more tea-based products. Pay attention to the environment of tea tasting, same with current situation environment of enjoy coffee. Okay, this is all my part. Then I will pass to my next member.
Okay. My name is Kai Jie. Now I'll make a conclusion of Starbucks' success in the international market of China. So the Starbucks of innovation is the marketing that it is influence the values, and the ways depend it influence of people. So the Starbucks operate the people or the customer business, but not the coffee. And the value is built to the customer mind for the Starbucks value. So through the Starbucks experience, customer can clearly distinguish that Starbucks are very different from other competitors in the China markets. So the element of price, channel, product, and promotion are the essential rule of Starbucks is to influence the environment where customers live. So while the perceptual and the cultural influence are to change the concept of and value of consumption by penetrating into the customer mind, environment, and it is result has a long-term impact of the customer physiology. To sum up, the Starbucks is a business that very success in the international markets, and it is worth learning for the young enterprise, and its success is based on the accuracies of the marketing strategy in the market. That's all for my part. Thank you very much.